What if your absolute favorite healthy snack, the one you just toss in your morning smoothie without a second thought, held incredible medicinal power, but also hid a pretty dark, toxic secret? 53. That's the surprisingly low number of calories you'll find in a full cup of sliced strawberries. It's basically a low-calorie heavyweight, giving you all this massive volume and sweet flavor with practically zero-calorie guilt. Welcome to our 360-degree explainer on the strawberry. Today, we're taking a complete journey. We'll move from the microscopic medical labs studying its cellular impact, straight out to the garden dirt, and finally land right inside your kitchen sink. Here's our roadmap for today. We'll start with the ultimate berry superfood profile, move on to full-body health benefits, uncover those hidden dangers and side effects, lay out an expert washing and growing guide, and finish up with some quick, healthy recipes. Let's kick things off with Section 1, the ultimate berry superfood, getting to know Fragaria ananassa.
So the real secret to this superfood lies in anthocyanins. These are potent, natural plant pigments that give strawberries that bright, vibrant red color. But here's the really fascinating part. These actually evolved as a natural defense mechanism for the plant against things like UV radiation and pathogens. And when we eat them, that exact same defense mechanism goes right to work protecting our human cells. Pretty amazing, right?
Moving on to Section 2, full-body health benefits, from immunity to heart health. Strawberries genuinely act like a holistic, full-body medicine. Since they have a low glycemic index, they actually prevent those extreme glucose highs and lows, making them totally keto-friendly. Plus, their high fiber aids digestion and lowers cholesterol, while the vitamin C boosts your immunity and skin elasticity. Oh, and the potassium and magnesium, they actively support heart health and reduce your risk of stroke. They even help manage diabetes by curbing that mid-afternoon urge to snack. But it gets even better. This specific lineup of phytonutrients, anthocyanins, quercetin, ellagic acid, and pelargonidin, are just incredible. Studies show they actively target cancer stem cells, drastically reduce harmful inflammation in the body, and protect our DNA from the kind of oxidative damage that leads to disease. This triggers a totally fascinating medical process known as apoptosis. This is basically when a sick, potentially dangerous cell naturally commits suicide to protect the whole body. Some of the plant-based compounds in strawberries literally signal these damaged cells to self-destruct. It's literal visual proof of food acting as a powerful protective shield from the inside out. Now for Section 3, hidden dangers and side effects, the toxic secret. Despite all those incredible benefits we just talked about, like the high fiber, vitamin C, and heart protection, strawberries are notoriously known for a heavy pesticide load and fungus issues. Plus, if you're sensitive to birch pollen or apples, the proteins in strawberries can trigger a pollen food allergy. We're talking a tingling mouth, hives, or even throat swelling. So there's a real duality here.
There is actually another warning we need to issue. Because strawberries contain compounds called goitrogens, eating too many of them can actually interfere with your thyroid gland. And if you suffer from severe acidity or stomach ulcers, you should definitely avoid eating them on an empty stomach to prevent painful flare-ups. So moderation really is key here.
That brings us to Section 4, expert washing and growing guide, from the dirt to the sink. Because commercial farms often spray heavy fungicides to extend a berry's shelf life, regular old tap water just doesn't cut it. You need a highly specific strategy. You'll want to make a 1% solution. Just mix 1 liter of water with 1 tablespoon or about 10 grams of baking soda. Add your strawberries, soak them, give them a gentle rub, and then rinse thoroughly with plain water. This removes 60 to 90% of pesticides. If you see oily, milky spots floating in your wash, well, that is visual proof of the pesticide residue you just successfully avoided. Now, if you decide to grow your own to avoid those pesticides altogether, you need to know these 5 strict winter do-nots. Number 1, do not fertilize them. 2, do not bring them inside a greenhouse or garage to warm up. 3, do not cut developing flower buds. 4, do not mulch before 2 to 3 hard frosts. And 5, never dig them up to divide them in the winter. They absolutely need that winter dormancy and cold weather to produce next year's fruit. When spring finally rolls around and it's time to harvest, getting the kids involved is awesome. Just teach them the golden rule for picking a berry from the bush. Simply twist and gently pull. If it's ripe, it'll pop right off without damaging the rest of the plant. And finally, Section 5, quick and healthy recipes. Dessert without the guilt. Now that our homegrown or properly washed strawberries are ready, let's turn them into something incredibly delicious. You can make a 5-minute frozen yogurt or a fresh chia seed jam using just 4 simple natural ingredients each. I mean, look at how brilliantly simple these ingredient lists are compared to store-bought stuff that is completely loaded with refined sugars, artificial colors, and preservatives.
To get these perfect every single time, here's a pro tip. Process the frozen yogurt for a full 5 minutes without stopping for maximum creaminess. For the jam, mash the berries over medium-low heat for 10 minutes before adding the chia. Adding those chia seeds gives you an incredible boost of fiber, protein, and healthy fats that will naturally thicken your homemade jam as it cools down.
I want to leave you with this really powerful thought. Food should be our medicine. So, the next time you look at your fruit bowl, are you just going to see a simple sweet snack? Or will you see a 360-degree prescription for a healthier, more vibrant life? It's time we start treating our food as fuel, wouldn't you agree?